The Quran's most enigmatic king was Dhul-Qarnayn. Approximately 1,450 years ago, there was a city in Arabia called Makkah al-Mukarramah. The city of Makkah was steeped in ignorance. There wasn't a single ignorant act that wasn't committed in Makkah. This city was filled with immoral activities. And at that time, most people in Makkah associated partners with Allah. They were disobedient to Allah in all their deeds. During this time, the Jewish unbelievers challenged Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, with questions that dated back many ages as proof of his prophethood. They thought that Muhammad, peace be upon him, wouldn't be able to answer their questions. However, if Muhammad, peace be upon him, could answer these questions, the disbelievers would acknowledge him as a prophet of Allah. Muhammad, peace be upon him, was asked 3 questions, one of which was about who Dhul-Qarnayn was. Then Allah revealed the answers to these questions through the angel Gabriel alayhi wasalam, including information about Dhul-Qarnayn. The Quran in Surah Al-Kahf mentions King Dhul-Qarnayn and describes his travels. Dhul-Qarnayn lived during the time of Prophet Ibrahim alayhi wasalam. According to Islamic history, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi wasalam went forward to welcome Dhul-Qarnayn. It is also narrated that Prophet Ibrahim alayhi wasalam and Ishmael alayhi wasalam performed tawaf or circumambulation of the Holy Kaaba together. Because of this, historical discussions often mention King Dhul-Qarnayn immediately after Prophet Ibrahim alayhi wasalam. There is considerable disagreement among historians about the true name of Dhul-Qarnayn. Zubair bin Bakr narrated from Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, that his name was Abdullah bin Duhak bin Sa'ad bin Adnan. Others believe his real name was Musa bin Abdullah, while some say it was Cyrus, a Greek name. There is considerable debate over whether Dhul-Qarnayn was a prophet or just an ordinary person. However, most scholars believe that Dhul-Qarnayn was not a prophet, but rather a righteous person. Even before Dhul-Qarnayn's birth, there was a deep conspiracy against him. Miraculously, he survived this conspiracy and lived a life hidden in forests, jungles, mountains, and hills. He managed to develop himself into an extraordinary person and emerged into society. Ordinary people became his supporters and followers, eventually crowning him king. After ascending to the throne, Dhul-Qarnayn began a series of conquests. His purpose behind these victories was to free Allah's servants from the grasp of oppressive rulers. His conquests were characterized by excellent humanitarian conduct, and there is no record of widespread bloodshed or loss of life. According to the Quran, Dhul-Qarnayn was a just king endowed with all virtues, including compassion and justice. He traveled from the east to the west of the world. The name Dhul-Qarnayn means the one with 2 horns, with Qarn meaning horn and Qarnayn being the dual form. In Arabic, Qarn can also mean period or age. Some say he was given this name because he ruled over the Roman and Persian empires, while others believe it was because he traveled from the east to the west. Others suggest that he had 2 pieces of flesh on both sides of his head that resembled horns, which is why he was called Dhul-Qarnayn. Another theory is that he lived for 2 periods, which led to his name. Dhul-Qarnayn was known for wielding swords with both hands, which is another reason why he was called Dhul-Qarnayn. During his travels from east to west, Dhul-Qarnayn reached a place where he saw the sun setting in a muddy spring and found a disbelieving nation there. According to Allah's instructions, he punished those who disobeyed and treated the obedient kindly. He called people in the western regions to the path of Allah, and many accepted his guidance. He showed great compassion and kindness to those who followed him and sent those who did not accept his guidance to the path of hell. He continued his conquests and reached a place where the sun set in a muddy spring. There he encountered a nation of disbelievers. While traveling east, he reached a place where the sun rose. There he found a community living between 2 mountains. The people of this community were constantly attacked by a group known as Gog and Magog, who would descend upon them through the mountain pass and cause great harm. The community members, who spoke a language Dulkarnain did not understand, communicated through gestures, asking him to build a barrier to protect them from the Gog and Magog. With their help, Dulkarnain constructed a strong barrier. He requested iron sheets, heated them until they were red-hot, and then poured molten copper over them, creating a barrier so strong that the Gog and Magog could not scale or breach it. According to the Quran, this barrier was built according to divine instructions, and it would keep the Gog and Magog confined until the Day of Judgment. The Quran mentions that the Gog and Magog constantly try to dig through the barrier to escape. According to a narration by Abdullah ibn Abbas, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the Gog and Magog lick the barrier every day, trying to create a hole but cannot succeed because of Allah's command.